The last thing Claire remembered was the screech of tires, the blinding headlights, and then, nothing. When she opened her eyes, she was standing on the sidewalk, staring at her own crumpled body pinned beneath a delivery truck. Paramedics swarmed the scene, pumping her chest, shouting medical jargon she didn't understand. And then he appeared. Tall. Broad-shouldered. Dressed in an impeccably tailored black suit that clung to his frame like a shadow. His face was all sharp angles, a jawline that could cut glass, lips that looked like they'd never smiled, and eyes so dark they swallowed the light. He tilted his head, studying her. Claire Elizabeth Vega. 27 years old. Cause of death, pedestrian versus truck. Time of death, 3:14 p.m. His voice was smooth, deep, and utterly bored. Claire blinked. Are you, the Grim Reaper? He smirked. Call me Mal. And then the paramedic shouted, We've got a pulse. Everything went black again. Claire woke up in the hospital 3 days later. Her body ached. Her head throbbed. And sitting in the chair beside her bed, flipping through a dog-eared copy of Cosmopolitan, was Mal. She screamed. The nurses came running, but when they burst in, they looked right through him. Mal turned a page. Relax, sweetheart. They can't see me. Claire's heart monitor spiked. Why are you here? He snapped the magazine shut. Because you weren't supposed to survive. Turns out, when you cheat death, death takes it personally. Mal followed her everywhere. To work, where he critiqued her PowerPoint presentations. To her apartment, where he mocked her taste in reality TV. Even to the shower, where he leaned against the sink and said, You missed a spot, when she was washing her hair. Claire threw a loofah at his head. It went right through him. Ghost rules, she asked. Reaper rules, he corrected. I'm not dead. Just, stuck. With me? His gaze darkened. Apparently. The worst part? He was hot. Not in a conventional way. In a I could ruin your life and you'd thank me way. The way his suit sleeves strained when he crossed his arms. The way his voice dropped when he said her name. The way he watched her mouth when she talked, like he was imagining all the things she could do with it. Claire hated that she noticed. You're staring, she snapped one night, curled up on her couch. Mal didn't look away. You're interesting. I'm alive. Isn't that a problem for you? He appeared in front of her in a blink, caging her against the cushions. The problem, he murmured, is that you were supposed to be mine. Her breath hitched. I don't belong to anyone. His smile was razor-sharp. We'll see. The dream started without warning, vivid, intoxicating visions that left Claire gasping awake in the dark. Mal's hands, finally solid and warm, tracing slow, teasing paths down her bare skin. His mouth, hot and demanding, leaving burning kisses along her throat, her collarbone, lower, so much lower. His voice, rough with desire, whispering wicked promises against her ear, telling her exactly how he'd ruin her if only he could touch her for real. Claire woke up tangled in her sheets, her skin feverish, her pulse racing. And there he was, perched on the edge of her bed, his dark eyes gleaming with amusement. Interesting night, he murmured, his smirk far too knowing. She grabbed the nearest pillow and hurled it at him. It passed straight through his chest, hitting the wall behind him with a soft thud. You're a nightmare, she hissed, her face burning. Mal leaned in, his lips hovering just above hers, close enough that she could almost feel the ghost of his breath. No, darling, he corrected, his voice a velvet dark caress. I'm the thing that comes after the nightmare. A shiver raced down her spine. Because the worst part wasn't the dreams. It was how badly she wished they were real. Mal's voice was low, matter-of-fact, as he laid out the truth. You're a glitch, Claire. A soul that slipped through the cracks. Until death decides what to do with you, consider me your babysitter. Claire groaned, flopping back onto her couch. So I'm stuck with you forever? Not forever. His fingers ghosted through her hair, close enough to make her shiver but never quite touching. Just until I collect what's mine. She should have been terrified. Should have screamed, run, done anything to escape the Reaper who'd come to claim her. But the way he looked at her, like she was a riddle he couldn't resist, like she was the only soul in any world worth his patience, sent heat curling through her veins instead of fear. His gaze lingered on her lips. You're not afraid of me. Claire lifted her chin. Should I be? Mal's smile was slow, dangerous. Yes. And that was the problem. Because when he looked at her like that, like he'd wait an eternity just to hear her next breath, she didn't see an ending. She saw a beginning.
If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe.